Good morning, and welcome to Introduction to Ethics. I'm David Myers. I'll be your instructor for this course. Welcome to Tennessee. It's early in the morning, 7:46 here, 6:46 your time, and it's already hotter than dog snot outside. So I'm in my beautiful air-conditioned office, and I have the air conditioner going so high that I have to wear a sweater. But welcome. We're going to be together for the next 8.5 weeks, and I'd like to go over some of my expectations and an overview of the class. Now, you should have a copy of the syllabus. So if you would open that up, print it out, or whatever you need to do, let's go over it together. I'm not going to read everything on this. But if you look at the top where it says Northwest Technical College, and it has the address, and it says fall semester, and it gives the dates, you'll see my name and my cell phone. And that's important. First of all, please don't just hand that out to anyone. And second of all, if you have a question about anything, don't hesitate to call me. Don't get discouraged by the amount of reading. If you have questions, call me. Most students will not. And most students will say when they call me something like, gosh, I'm sorry to bother you. You're not bothering me. This is my job. Without students, I have no job. And so thank you for taking the class. And don't hesitate to call me. You can email me. You can text me. Anything will work. I am an hour ahead of you, and I am an old man, and I go to bed by 9, so please don't call after 8 o'clock your time, but you can text at any time or call anytime during the day. I am, working outside of Northwest Tech, and so I am a nurse, and I will be working as a nurse here, actually starting tomorrow. So, but still, I'll have my phone with me. Call. So, what do you need for this course? Well, you need to have the internet, you need to have a computer, and you need a textbook. This is the updated 11th edition. Now, do you have to have the updated 11th edition? No, you do not. You can have the 11th. You can have the 10th. I think you could even make do with the 9th. Whatever you have is good. There will be some changes, but the bottom line is with whatever text you have is good. If you have the online text, I have sent out an email invitation. You just click on that link and it will take you directly to the textbook. And some students prefer that. I mean, instead of having to read, you can have it read to you. You can have it read to you while you drive. That doesn't work for me. I need to have something in front of me. And so if I had that textbook, I would need to print it out, which is ridiculous. So I prefer a hard copy. But, I also have hundreds of books on Kindle, but I can hold that in my hand. At any rate, you'll need the textbook. There's boilerplate here about academic honesty. I'm going to bottom line you. Don't cheat. I do not actively look to see if you're cheating. But this is an ethics course. Don't cheat, please. You won't benefit from this course if you do cheat. Plagiarism, presenting someone else's works, ideas, or data as your own. Fabrication, using invented information or the falsifying research or other findings. Now, this course has evolved since 2000 and when did I start teaching it? 2005. We've gone a long way since then. I no longer require that you write a research paper. I no longer require that you do a class project. I mean, a class project's pretty hard to do online, and um, since I live in Tennessee now, it's going to be pretty hard for me to do a lecture course. But and with COVID, who knows when? I think they're supposed to start lecture courses today, but if the Delta variant gets any worse, I just don't, who knows? So um, the course has evolved, and rather than write one research paper, now I have you do assignments, but we'll come to that in a few moments. But the bottom line for me here is don't cheat. Um, let's see, there's an ADA statement for students with disabilities. Uh, it's important. It's an updated statement from our new um, disabilities coordinator, so take the time to read it. If you have a disability, contact them. If you need additional time, for instance, if you need um, services, contact Christian. I understand what it's like to have a disability. I'm deaf completely in one ear and extremely hard of hearing in the other. And any of you who have met me or know me, um, you know, I use hearing aids, but they don't always work. But I get where you're coming from. And so please take advantage of this if you need it. Attendance. Listen, attendance is important. If you fall behind in this class, the reading will bury you. So keep up with it. How do I measure attendance? Since I can't take, sorry, my allergies here are killing me, and my eyes are just constantly watering, even inside. So attendance is taken. I have on the discussion boards, there's a section that says, you know, weekly attendance. Sign in once a week. This is required. If you don't sign in this week, I will drop you from the course for non-participation. There are 3 things you need to do this week. 1, download the syllabus. 2, watch this video. And 3, see, I've already forgotten what 3 is. No, I'm just kidding. Sign in the attendance board. You've got to do it. So, and you've got to do it every week. And you can't do it late. And I will subtract a point for each week that you miss. This course is based on 100 points. So if you miss signing in, goodness gracious, I mean, you could miss up to 8 points. Well, you can't because I'd drop you for not attendance. But at any rate, sign in. It's not hard. Go to the attendance board, give a little blurb that says, "Hi, I'm present." Um, and it even lists the week. So it's very easy to do. That's how I measure attendance. Now I am watching like a hawk. Um, what I mean by that is if I see that someone is struggling because they haven't signed on or they're missing work, I will use the starfish system to try to assist you. I will do everything that I can to help you be successful in this course. I mean, short of writing your assignments for you or taking your exams. But contact me, contact Travis. Um, we're all here to make you have a positive experience. Instruction delivery. Well, believe it or not, I have lectures for each chapter. They're not long. Some of them are short as 20 minutes. Some are a little longer, but they should help you understand the material. And so I would recommend watching those videos. but you're going to be reading at least 4 hours a week. And again, the reading is tough, so keep up. You will have 6 to 8 hours a week for 8.5 weeks. I'm not going to read the critical thinking or the ethical and civic responsibility, but I will jump into methods that I use to assess competence. In other words, what do you need to do? Well, you need to turn in a required reading report. As it's called, required reading, it means it's required. Now, that is not due week by week. It is due at the end of the course. It is not a comprehensive list. All you do is in the associated assignments folder, we used to call them drop boxes, but no longer, the assignments folder, you put a document that says, I, your name, have completed 100% of the reading, or 80% of the reading, or even 30% of the reading. Be honest. That's your reading report. And what you tell me is what you get. If you tell me that you've completed 100% of the reading, then I give you 10 points. If you tell me you've completed 30% of the reading, I give you 3 points. If you don't turn this assignment in, and statistically at least one of you will not, then you will lose 10 points, an entire letter grade, simply because you didn't turn this assignment in. I will also say this, please don't submit it week by week. I'll text you back, I will give you feedback, I'll delete it. I only want it at the end of the course. And it's one line, and it's worth 10 points. So required reading. There will be examinations. And I'm not going to fool you. These examinations are hard because the material is difficult. However, that being said, I do everything that I can to help you with these exams. There's 3 of them. The course is split into 3 sections. Each section covers 4 chapters. So there are practice exams. Under the exams, you can take them as many times as you want, and they cover every possible question that could be on the test. Now, I may only choose 3 questions from chapter 1, but if you take the practice tests until you've memorized the material, and you can do it, you'll ace the exams. Now, for those of you who just have exam phobia, and I know that there are those out there, there's extra credit. Say you get a 40 out of 100 on the first exam. You do the extra credit, and I'll raise it from a 40 to a 70. So don't sweat the exams. All right, there are also ethics problem assignments. For each section, you're going to choose one, not all of them, but one of the options, and you're going to write a 4 to 5 page paper on it. If it's less than 4 pages, I will mark it down. And so get at least 4 pages. They're double spaced. It's not hard. 4 pages double spaced is basically 2 handwritten pages. So, and this is in lieu of a term paper assignment. So it would be very good if you would be able to, write 5 pages, minimum of 4, answering all of the questions. And then there are discussion boards. And the discussion boards are laid out so that anything that interests you from the reading, or even say you're watching something on TV and something jumps out at you, ethic-wise, and many shows do, at any rate, write on that. They don't have to be in any format, but you have to come up with 2 original posts, and you have to respond to 4 other posts. And you have to read all of the posts. And I know if you've read them or not. People will say, well, I read them. And it's like, no, you didn't. My computer shows you didn't. Well, I did. What you did, if that happens, is you clicked on it and then clicked off of it. If you don't spend a sufficient amount of time, it will not register. So read them, or you will miss a significant amount of points. You get 1 point. Well, after the first assignment, you'll understand the point breakdown. But at any rate, those are the ways that I come up with your grade. I've already talked about the required course materials. You do not need a proctor for this course. I figure if you're going to cheat, I've already failed. I've already failed in my duties if you're going to cheat. So there's no proctor required. It's open book. Don't count on that. Once you've read the first few chapters, you'll understand why. You'll get bogged down if you think that you can just waltz in and it's open book. I believe each test question, I rewrote tests last night, but there are 20 questions on each test, each worth 5, But at any rate, no proctor. You may not print out the practice tests and use those. It's open book, but not open note. That'd be too easy. Don't do it. All right, so reading report is 10 points. Discussions are worth 30 points. Your exams are worth 30 points. Your ethic problems are worth 30 points. So that's a 100-point total. Now, let's look at the ethics problems. In your syllabus on page 5, section 1, choose, I'm going to have to rewrite this because there are 6 sections. I'm going to have to rewrite this, and am I in the right? I'm in a wrong syllabus. I apologize. I'm teaching 2 sections. One of these is semester length, and their dates are completely different than your dates because they're taking this over a 16-week period. And so if you are in that class, because I'm going to use this video for both classes, look at your syllabus to come up with the dates. You have a lot longer than the students who are taking the accelerated course. But if you're taking the accelerated course, then here's how your assignment breaks down. Section 1, choose one of the following. And they're, why be moral? Would you throw the switch? Would you kill for the sake of duty? And bullying, what should you do? In other words, it's all broken down for you. And then even further, if you look under the content section of D2L Brightspace, you will see that I have the template already written out for you. So say you're using the 9th edition and you don't have these particular problems in your textbook. I've already written them out for you. Just cut and paste and then answer the questions. 4 full pages. That's 8, isn't it? 4 full pages. 4 full pages. Anything less, and you get marked down a lot. So spend some time on these assignments. Now, if you are in the semester length class, the class is not divided into 3 sections, it's divided into 6 sections. And you only have chapters 1 and 2 for section 1, 3 and 4 for section 2, and so on. And so you have time to really zero in on each of the chapters. And also, you chose to take the semester length class because you wanted, more time. And some of you wanted to take the lecture course that they canceled because there weren't enough students to support it. So we're doing this. And what I will do is, if you're having problems, I'll have a Zoom meeting with you and I will spoon feed you. What I mean by that is I'll help answer all your questions. I'll lecture. And if enough of you want it, I'll schedule a weekly Zoom meeting where we will do the lecture together, just like we were in the classroom. And if that's what you want, you'll get it. And I will do that for either the accelerated students and or the semester length students. I am here to help. But those are your ethics problems. I grade this, A, B, C, D, F. 90 to 100 is an A. 80 to 89 is a B, and so on. And then I have reading assignment schedule dates. If you are taking the accelerated course, by the 11th of September, you will have read chapters 1 through 4, and the section 1 ethical problem is due. And the discussions close at that time. Oh, discussions. Please don't wait till the last minute to do your discussions. The problem with that is, who wants to wait up till midnight to read your discussions? So the discussions close at midnight on Saturdays, and I will wait until Monday to grade, giving you a whole extra day to read those last minute entries. But please don't wait to the last second, because nobody will be able to respond to your posts and you won't get as much out of the class. Anyway, the 11th is section 1, the 2nd of October is section 2, the 22nd of October, which is the last day of the class, is section 3. And so if you're taking the other course, then 11 September is section 1, 2 October is section 2, 23 October is section 3, 13 November is section 4, 27 November is section 5, and 18 December is section 6. But don't count on this video. Look at your syllabi. That being said, if you find a mistake in the syllabus, let me know and I'll fix it. Don't wait. Let me know. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me, in the words of the great Kim Possible. I could have sung that for you, but I don't think anyone would have appreciated that. I will fix it. There's always a mistake somewhere in the syllabus or on D2L Brightspace. The other thing is this. I want your phone calls, but I want you to have completely read all the instructions before you call me. Because if you call me and say, I can't find the date, I'm going to know that you haven't looked at the syllabus and that you haven't looked at D2L. The instructions are laid out in D2L. There's instructions for ethics problems, instructions for extra credit, etc., etc., etc. I worked very hard on the website to make sure that this course uh, was user friendly. And so before you call, look at everything. If you still have questions, then call. And maybe you just want to talk. That's okay too. Right now, I am here in Knoxville, and my wife is still in Bemidji. And so I have a lot of time on my hands. I'll be coming to get her in October, and she'll be moved here permanently. But until then, I have a lot of time on my hands, and I can only golf so much. And I'm only working part time. So, at any rate, I hope this answers all of your questions. Um, I hope you understand that I am incredibly fond of my students. There's very little that I wouldn't do to help make you successful. And my best wishes. And I hope that you all stay COVID free. Um, all right. Well, that concludes this video. Adios. I have a tee off time in about an hour.